Another warm day here in West Michigan. Some filtered sunshine out there, a little more than we had anticipated, but we'll take the sunshine and warm weather in the waning days of astronomical summer. What's ahead as we head into the weekend? For your Friday, 13 weather ball is green, so no change foreseen.
The 13 Weather Ball is sponsored by LaFontaine Lincoln Grand Rapids.
High clouds around the area, filtering that sun just a little bit. Even some halos around the sun. We'll share those photos a little bit later. Temperatures right now, upper 70s, even low 80s around Fremont, Muskegon, up toward Ludington. And we have that wind out of the south that brought some high clouds in, but they've been thinning out. There have been some showers to our west, but they're not coming in our direction. They've been affecting northeast Illinois up toward the Milwaukee area, and that's where they will stay. There's a little upper level system just kind of spinning in through here, not coming here. Back to the west, there's some more active weather, very slow moving systems, lots of heavy downpours with those across South Dakota and Nebraska. They could use some rain out there. They've been fairly dry most of this summer. Tornado watch for portions of Nebraska and also Kansas. Warm air across the U.S., 70s, 80s, all the way up to the International Falls area, 85, one of the warm spots down in Dodge City. What we're watching is an interesting setup. There are some very slow moving weather patterns. As you may have noticed, the last couple of weeks have been kind of on the cloudier side, cooler side. One of those just spinning here, another one just spinning here. But the most interesting one is a potential tropical cyclone off the southeast U.S. that's slowing everything down, and that's going to bring quite a bit of wind and rain from South Carolina all the way up into Pennsylvania and southeastern New York state. Throughout the weekend, we will be in between systems, so we are now going to be drying out, seeing more sunshine, and that may lead into a less cloud cover and less chances for rain next week. That's the way it's shaping up right now. This upper level system staying there, that one in the east staying to our east. So we're in a prime spot for some great weather all the way through the weekend. Highs tomorrow, as warm, if not a little warmer than today, up around 81. We'll be 78 during the day on Saturday, and we'll still be in the mid 70s during the day on Sunday. You can see where that cool, rainy weather will be over in the New England states, not around here. Still not really sure if I agree with the Climate Prediction Center on the September 27th through October 1st temperature outlook, because I think we're going to see at least cooler temperatures than usual. Our average highs are in the upper 60s. We may be a few degrees cooler than that. And then as far as precipitation goes, I agree with that. We are looking at higher chances for less rainfall. It'll be wetter out in the Pacific Northwest to end the month. Forecast though for tonight, skies will become clear. We'll be in the mid-50s, northern half of the lakeshore zone, upper 50s from Muskegon and Holland southward. Northern zone, you'll be down into the mid-50s tonight under clear or clearing skies. And from Grand Rapids southward, we'll see overnight lows in the upper 50s with a light east wind. 13 on your side forecast. So we've kind of lowered all of the chances for rain next week. You know, yesterday you saw 40 to 60% chance, and because the weather patterns are getting bottled up, I think we will see lots of sunshine now next week. Highs though, upper 60s and low 70s. I guess technically that is right around or a little bit warmer than the average high of 72, but all the way around after this warm summer-like weekend, guys, we have a little more fall-like weather coming up.
Well, about time. We're ready for it.
Yeah, absolutely. 81 tomorrow. Usually this time of year I get a jacket out for football.
Exactly.
But tomorrow I'm going to be back in the t-shirt again.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thank you, George.
Counting down the hours to the end of astronomical summer. Fall arriving officially very early on Saturday morning, but it's feeling anything but autumn-like. 13 weather ball is green, so that means no change to the summer-like weather pattern foreseen.
The 13 Weather Ball is sponsored by LaFontaine Lincoln Grand Rapids.
Very pleasant to take a walk. Dog walking forecast here tonight featuring Zoe. Looks like there's a few leaves that have fallen there. Mitch, I'll give you the green paw this evening as skies will be partly sunny, and then I think skies are going to become mostly clear overnight, and we'll see temperatures only in the 60s for a very warm summer evening. Sunshine nearly as much as today, if not more. 7.2 out of a 10-point scale to create the green energy and the wind energy. Also very light winds here, mainly out of the east and south over the next few days. Heading to Art Prize, another mostly mostly sunny to partly cloudy day. I think it might actually be a little bit more sun tomorrow than we saw today, and temperatures nearly as warm, around 81 degrees. A Friday evening football for all you high school football fans. We're going to see partly cloudy and then mostly clear skies as temperatures at kickoff will fall from 78 to 72 by the time fourth quarter rolls around along the lakeshore and here in the Grand Rapids area. As far as our weather goes, if we can get there we go, our fall color report, one of the first ones of the season so far. We have a low color here in lower Michigan. There is some moderate color up here in the upper peninsula. Temperatures though tomorrow, if you're planning on traveling, will be around 80 to even the mid 80s at the lakeshore further north. It'll be in the upper 70s with the wind coming in off of Lake Huron, 60s there, or 70s over toward Alpena, and 70s across the UP where that moderate color is showing up. On Saturday, lots of sunshine, upper 70s and low 80s in a few spots. Coolest will be downwind of Lake Huron with that east wind. Upper 60s once you get into the northwestern UP. And on Sunday, if you're doing any traveling, a little bit cooler, 60s over toward the Thumb and up around Alpena and Oscoda. Further to the north, we're looking at highs with some sunshine in the 60s to near 70. As we look into the first few days of October, I think we will return to higher chances for warmer than average readings now that our average highs by then are in the mid and upper 60s, and still a dry weather pattern expected during that 7-day period. So tonight, skies will be clearing, mid and upper 50s at the lakeshore with an offshore breeze all night, mid 50s north with clearing skies. Similar here in the greater Grand Rapids area, looking at upper 50s for overnight lows. 13 on your side forecast. Dropping from 81 to 78 Saturday to 74 on Sunday, and we'll continue with an east-northeast wind now on Monday. You notice the difference between yesterday's forecast and today's forecast is that we've taken most of all of the rain out of the forecast with some sunshine and some seasonably cooler temperatures. That's because there's a big tropical system that's bottling things up along the eastern seaboard. We'll be talking about that coming up at 6 o'clock. Temperatures warmed up again today, breaching the 80-degree mark in many locations. Will we be able to hang on to this as we head into the first weekend of fall? 13 weather ball is green. No change foreseen to that, but this afternoon we saw a beautiful halo in the sky shared by Janelle up in Ludington. These are the ice crystals up in those high-level clouds that kind of bend the light coming through the ice crystals into a little bit of a prism into the rainbow colors. And so I appreciate you sharing that with me. What a great sight there. And as I mentioned, 13 weather ball green, no change foreseen to our weekend weather pattern.
The 13 Weather Ball is sponsored by LaFontaine Lincoln Grand Rapids.
And highs today got up above 80 in most locations, including 83 in Fremont and Muskegon. We forecast 81, missing by 1 degree for the third day in a row, 13 days in a row where we have been within target. We've been tracking a system, a potential tropical cyclone. This one is just off the South Carolina coast, southeast of Charleston. Only has winds to 35 miles per hour. It's expected to become a tropical storm here over the next couple of hours. So there are tropical storm warnings from Cape Fear all the way up to Fenwick Island, and some storm surge warnings as well as this system will gather strength. And there's also some flood watches where up to 7 inches of rain could fall this weekend. That would affect the Ravens, the Commanders, and the Jets in New York on Sunday. And you can see by Friday afternoon, it's approaching the North Carolina coast. It will be coming onshore into eastern North Carolina and then heading up into eastern Virginia by late Saturday night, Sunday morning. May go right over D.C. on Sunday afternoon. So it's going to be kind of a tough go for all of the NFL games there. Also, some college football games may be affected on Saturday with just some ordinary showers. That's really kind of bottled the weather systems up just a bit. And so because that is going up the eastern seaboard, we are going to see a slowdown of the cooler air coming in next week. But we're going to be between the wet weather to the east and the wet weather to the west. We will stay dry. Now, most of next week, instead of seeing some of those showers coming in from the west, we've taken all of the showers out of the forecast. So you can thank that little tropical wave in the southeastern U.S. for improving our weather pattern next week. So all the way around looking pretty good. Forecast of out on Lake Michigan here tomorrow should be a beautiful day. Lots of sunshine later on in the day with waves virtually flat with those winds being offshore most of the day. So we're going for now partly to mostly sunny skies on Friday, right around 80 north to low and mid 80s for Muskegon, Holland South, where northern areas will be around 80 to low 80s. Here in the greater Grand Rapids area will be partly to mostly sunny from time to time. Highs around 80 to as warm as 82 there in Battle Creek. 13 on your side forecast. Astronomical autumn officially arriving at 2:50 in the morning on Saturday. Lots of sunshine Saturday. Just a little bit cooler Sunday and Monday. Average highs are 72 here. I think we'll be a little bit cooler that middle part of next week, and then we'll warm up a little bit. Right now, next weekend is looking sunny and dry.